In 2013 I took a trip to Ukraine and Crimea, and this is the video from it. We went through Germany on the Autozug from Hamburg to Vylkove in Austria, then departed the train road to Slovenia into Croatia, across Bosnia and Herzegovina, continuing into Belgrade in Serbia, into Romania, along the Carpathian Mountains, a lot of off-road, to Brasov, continuing to Galați, into Ukraine and Odessa, continuing to Crimea and back to the mainland using through the Arabat Spit, the sandy strip, into Kamień-Podilsky, into Ivano-Frankivsk, and then continuing to the Ukrainian Carpathian Mountains, to Lviv and did some sightseeing, back into Slovakia and into Czech Republic, and from there back home. And this is the entire trip. The following day we entered Ukraine. You enter Moldova first and then Ukraine afterwards, and it takes about 3 hours for the entire processing. We rode into smaller villages, and it was really great to see how lively they are and how much is going on. So this town called Venice, it's a relatively small town, and it's amazing how many people is out there on the streets. It's just amazing to ride through and watch all this scenery and what people are doing and what's going on. I really enjoy that kind of experience. The major religion in Ukraine is Eastern Orthodox, and you see these wonderful churches with the golden domes and whatnot in the middle of nowhere. As we left Venice towards Vylkove, the Ukrainian Venice, the roads got worse. They were a bit of a challenge from time to time with a lot of potholes. We were really glad that we were riding GS that is very comfortable or well, relatively suited for these kind of roads with the long suspension. At a point we met these people that was walking along the road, and it was just when we passed the truck that we kind of knew what it was, and I don't know if we were supposed to stay behind those people, and if we were, I really apologize for being, you know, not following etiquette, but we didn't know any better. Road got worse, and sometimes you feel that you're breaking your bike, and sometimes you have to check if your pants are still attached to the bike. But it was great fun. We were not the only ones having problems on this road. We met a couple of cars that was going from one side of the road to the other to avoid the biggest potholes. I guess it's easy on a bike to ride fast on these kind of roads. To the town of Vylkove, I think it's called. It's Ukraine's Venice. There's a lot of canals. The architecture of the building are far from what you see in Venice. So if you go there and you expect a copy of Venice, you will get disappointed. But it was an interesting place to be. There is definitely a lot of local tourism, and obviously the Orthodox churches as well that require the mandatory photograph. it was quite interesting to see, and there was a lot of people near the canals. After a short break in Ukrainian Venice, Vylkove, we continued our journey towards Odessa, and on the road we got to see a little glimpse, the first glimpse of the Black Sea. The road was pretty straightforward. We did get to some control point. We were discussing a little bit what this was all about, but I think technically we were actually entering Moldovan territory, but there was no border patrol per se. We just got this weird piece of paper that had something on it, our registration number on the bike. Continued to Odessa, and the camera actually fell off my helmet, so I did get some alternative angles of the bike for sure. So it was hot, and we were kind of exhausted, and we're looking forward to spend the rest of the day in beautiful Odessa. In a lot of ways, this is a very beautiful city. The following days we spent a couple of hours doing some sightseeing and see the city, including the famous Potemkin stairs. Wanting to sit on the bike, we continued after a couple of hours towards Crimea. Crimea is a very beautiful island. Definitely worth a visit if it's possible. Getting a little attention is always nice. At least the nice kind of attention. It's always nice to meet and shake hands with other people. We continued south towards the city of Yalta. We wanted to see the swallow's nest. It's a building that is built on a cliff. As is true with a lot of tourist attractions, just getting there and seeing it is something that you have to pay for, and the fact that it has turned into an Italian restaurant is something that was a bit of a turn off. So we didn't actually go there, we just took a couple of pictures and went along the road east towards Feodosia. The road was very nice to ride, with lots of scenic viewpoints. As soon as we got to Feodosia, we checked into the hotel, got a shower, and just went out to the town and see what it had to offer. And Feodosia, I can tell you, it's a party town, that's for sure. Great fun, crazy night.
Taking a picture of the techno overload?
It's video.
Oh. But it's not so bad right now.
You wouldn't think this is an Indian restaurant, would you?
I don't know if it's supposed to be Indian or Arabian.
The following day we were heading back to the mainland. We rode the Arabat Spit, which is a sandy strip. It has the ruins of an old fortress that we visited, and also we took the opportunity to take a quick swim in the Sea of Azov, which is actually the most eastern point of this entire trip. The tracks can be a bit of a challenge to the shock absorbers, because it's like riding on a washboard from time to time, and it kind of goes like dega 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 dega. It's a bit annoying, at the same time it's actually quite fun. It's a great ride, and if you're into that kind of thing, it's again, if you have the possibility to go to Crimea, this is a nice this is a nice road to take. We were there in 2013, and that was before the Russian annexation, is it called, I think, of Crimea. So we could just, we didn't need any visa or anything like that to go to Crimea at that time. The Arabat Spit was 70 kilometers long, so it took a couple of hours because we didn't have, we weren't in a hurry, and we also took time to see the fortress and have a swim. At the north side, we stopped for a little while at some a village with some old, worn out buildings. Continued into the mainland on paved roads, bumpy roads, and just really, my camera fell off one more time. But we really enjoyed Crimea. Nice place, nice things to see. Definitely worth going there if at all possible. I would definitely like to come back, that's for sure. We stayed the night in a city called Vylkove, checked into a hotel that also turned out to be a place where you go if you're looking for true love. We eventually got to the Carpathian Mountains, where we took some back roads over a couple of hills, and it was a very, very nice ride. A little bit of a bumpy road, but the views were really, really fantastic. It was really, really awesome road. We've met up with Vova and his friend, and they rode with us for a couple of days. And they were on smaller, lighter bikes, and those roads that we got to, we really, really struggled with those heavy GSs, where Vova and his friend has a lot easier time with their lighter dirt bikes. And this place is actually where I crashed and broke my gear shift lever. But we really, really struggled with the bikes on these muddy sections, and the heavy GSs, they don't really move unless there's traction on the rear wheel. But looking back, it was great fun, but at the time we were in it, it really sucked. I think that it was, might as well have written a Honda Goldwing on those. The GS did not do us any favors, that's for sure. The trip was almost coming to an end. We only had to go through Czech Republic and Slovakia. Ukraine was definitely a fantastic place to ride. We saw lots of great stuff, castles, towns, cities. It was really, really great. We did have a few encounters with police, but nothing that would prevent me from going there again. And I am going there again. I'm going there this summer with some friends, and I will make a lot of video of that trip, and I'm really looking forward to showing that to you. Thanks a lot for watching, and please subscribe for more Backroad motorcycle adventures.